Happy Friday, everybody. Kyle Fisher here, Director of Marketing of Hot Shot Secret. We have a very special, house famous, much requested guest today, Mr. Diesel Don himself. Welcome, Don.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Good to be here.
I think this is your first Facebook Live,
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Well, Don is a wealth of knowledge here. A lot of you that may call in for questions, advice, product knowledge, you either talk to Don or you talk to somebody who might put you on a hold and run to Don's office to get the answer and get back to you. So we're real happy to have Don here today. So thanks for coming in, Don. And we're going to, as you can see, our featured product today is going to be our TSE, which is our transmission Stiction Eliminator, which a lot of people don't even know we do transmission stuff.
That's right.
It's a lot of oil and fuel stuff, but so we're going to get into that a little bit. So as far as announcements, again, it's October, so it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. We have our Save the Wreck shirts. So they are $10, and we'll catch up a little bit later about our NHRDA World Finals this past weekend and the money we're raising with Emily Moeller and the Save the Wrecks campaign. And this is your way to help us out this month of October and your way to pitch into the donation we're going to make to the charity. So get online, get your $10 shirt. It all goes to a good cause. So
Great cause.
we
Great
appreciate
cause.
all the support on that. And off the top, our web special right now, we always like to announce, is our tune-up trio. It's 2 quarts of Stiction Eliminator, a quart of FR3, a quart of Diesel Extreme. You buy one now, and we're going to give you 2 free bottles of our DWAG, otherwise known as
Diesel Winter Anti-Gel.
Yes, in-house DWAG. $85, you get all that right now. So go to hotshotsecret.com. Go ahead and grab that deal. It's a good time of year to do that full cleanup.
Oh, absolutely. Time for fall cleaning.
That's right. And as we know, it's Free Product Friday, so we encourage you to post your questions below. We'll take questions on anything, but again, specifically, I know we often get a lot of questions about our transmission Stiction Eliminator, TSE. So we're going to give some of that away today. So if anybody out there is having a transmission problem, go ahead and shoot your question our way and post it below. We'll try to answer some of these live. If we get you later, we'll follow up after we post the video.
Yes.
So let's get into it, Don. Transmission Stiction Eliminator. You know, one of the unique things about this product that I like to tell people all the time is this is actually our only product that has no additive. It is 100% Group 5 ester.
That's correct.
It is a pure ester. So maybe you can dive into that a little bit.
With it being a Group 5 ester, there's nothing in here that will damage your transmission. And that's the real beauty of this product. The fact that it will not damage your automatic transmission. It can only help your transmission.
Right. And this is, of course, we're talking transmission, so gas or diesel. This product's good for you. Automatic transmission.
Automatic transmissions, yes.
So this is not for your manual transmissions, but any automatic transmission out there. And off the top, a few things that we like to point out, the main features of the products: it reduces your operating temperatures. It eliminates that stiction. As you know, we're known for eliminating stiction. So it pulls that stiction out of your transmission, reduces the coefficient of friction in there, so it's a friction reducer, minimizing that metal-metal contact, and also has a rust and corrosion inhibitor in there as well.
Yes.
Now, how it works is kind of interesting. Because it's a ester, you're just like any of your metal parts in the motor that we're cleaning out with some of our other products. In the transmission there, you have a lot of metal products touching each other. The metal is actually positively charged.
That's correct.
And our TSE is actually a negatively charged ester. So how it works is actually just through the polarity pulling stiction away from that surface.
Mm-hmm.
You want to elaborate maybe a little on that?
Well, what that is, of course, opposites attract. So it's getting that transmission Stiction Eliminator in there so it clings the metal components so it can do its job very well. And by doing so, what it's doing is it's cleaning out your valve body, it's cleaning out the clutch packs and so on, and allowing that transmission fluid to go where it needs to be and get the job done. Transmission Stiction Eliminator is probably the unsung hero of the Hot Shot Secret products. we've got all kinds of stories of where it succeeded, helped people out, keep their transmission going. And quite honestly, we don't talk about it enough ourselves.
We don't.
And it's just a great product. And that's not just us talking. That's listening to all the people that I've talked to over the last few years on the phone saying, hey, I love your transmission Stiction Eliminator.
And one important thing to point out about this is our 100% money back guarantee. The reason why that's important on this product, this is a perfect example of why we have that guarantee in place. Your problem might not be Stiction. We don't know that, but we all know transmission work is by far one of the most expensive, jobs that if you have to go into the shop for transmissions, you're probably looking at a pretty penny on what the cost is going to be. And that's why we put our guarantee out there. We want you to go ahead and try this first. So before you go in there and with an expensive bill from the shop, give it a shot. If you have a Stiction issue, if you have something that our product can solve, it's going to fix that and save you a ton of money at the transmission shop. If it doesn't, then you probably have a mechanical problem and you're going to need to go to the shop anyway. Go ahead, shoot us a message, give us a call. We'll refund your money 100%, no questions asked. We don't put up a fuss about it. That's what we want to do here. We want to save you money out there when you're having issues like that, especially something as expensive as a transmission. So when you can solve a transmission problem for, I think these run retail about $25.
$25.
So I mean, that is a bargain compared to transmission work. So if you read some of our reviews, especially go to the product reviews, I tell everybody all the time, go read our product reviews on transmission Stiction. You do not have more happy customers when they find out one bottle of this can fix the problem they're having. So if you're having transmission slipping, rough shifts, any of that type of thing, I highly encourage you, give our product a try, put it in there, see if it clears up your problem. If it doesn't, give us a call. We'll give you that money back because we want you to have that money to go because we know you have a big bill ahead of you when you have to actually get the mechanical issues fixed. You want to touch on what types of applications we can use this in?
Okay. People often call in and say, can I use this in my XYZ transmission? Yes, it can be used in any automatic transmission. It is safe for any automatic. To give you an idea of where it's really helpful is we understand that some of the Honda cars have issues with automatic transmissions. It has done wonders in the Hondas. But it also has done wonders in transmissions like an Allison behind your Duramax or something of that nature. It works in any automatic transmission is the best thing I can tell you.
We've got a couple questions already. There's Tom G. Tom, I'll get back to you on that. You got a different product question. We will touch back on that. I'm going to get to Daniel Johnson to kind of stay on track a little bit. He said, my transmission lost forward gears after using it. I don't believe that your product caused the issues, but could it cause anything? The answer is no. Like as Don said at the very top there, this is a Group 5 ester. If anything, it's improving your transmission fluid in there. So there's nothing in the product that could actually cause a mechanical issue like that. I assume you probably had a problem to start with, the reason why you tried the product. And it sounds like your problem is more of a mechanical issue that our product can't cure, if you will. Daniel, I encourage you, give us a call, shoot us a message. I'm glad you tried the product. We'll be happy to refund your money. Like I said, we don't have any problem doing it. I'm glad you gave it a shot. But if you're having forward gear engagement issues, it's probably going to be more of a mechanical issue that an additive or something like this is not going to solve, unfortunately. But we want to give you that $25 back so you have it to hopefully use towards any fix that you may need. We had some other customer service questions come in. I just bought some TSE from you guys and was wondering how to use it. Do I have to change out my transmission fluid and filter, then add the fluid, or could I just add that to what's already in there?
Okay, that's a great question. What we recommend to treat your transmission is, first of all, if you're having some issues, try our transmission Stiction Eliminator. But first of all, draw off a quart of automatic transmission fluid, either siphoning out through the dipstick tube or dropping the pan and trying to get out a quart or so. and then put in a quart of transmission Stiction Eliminator, drive the vehicle for 1,000, 1,500 miles, bring it back in, drop the pan, change the fluid out and the filter out, add new transmission fluid, and one more quart of transmission Stiction Eliminator. What we're doing with this process is the first quart will do a great job of going in and cleaning out the transmission inside. And then the second quart, what it's going to be doing is keeping it clean, plus cutting down the amount of overabundance of friction in that transmission that causes heat. And heat is the enemy of an automatic transmission.
And just like our other Stiction removal products, I assume after you put that first quart in there, the Stiction in there is basically going to be reliquefied.
It's being dissolved. Yes.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So as you then do that full transmission dump there, everything's going to come out in a liquid form.
Yes.
So fresh fluid, throw another bottle in to prevent future buildup.
Yes.
And keep that friction down on there.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Another one lined up was is transmission Stiction Eliminator compatible with the 1966 Plymouth 727 Auto Trans?
Oh yes, the Torque Flight, the famous Chrysler Torque Flight.
Mopar.
Oh no.
Showing my cards.
Again, the transmission Stiction Eliminator is designed for all transmissions, so it is compatible in the older cars as well.
Yep, and if you guys have any live questions, feel free to post them below. We'll get to those as well. This is another one that came in. We have my motorhome has an Allison HT746 transmission, which holds 8.5 gallons, about 34 quarts of Dextron fluid. Will adding 2 quarts of TSE be correct? Thanks, Byron.
Okay, the treatment ratio is 1.6 ounce of transmission Stiction Eliminator per quart of transmission fluid.
Wow.
So 34 times 1.6, you're going to be looking right 50 some ounces of transmission Stiction Eliminator would be the correct treatment for that. So buy 2 32-ounce bottles and
Yep.
be all set.
And we have a treatment plan right on the back of the bottle here. So if you're ever in question, you can go right to it. We have it broken out from 5 quart, 10, 15, and 20 quarts of your transmission quart capacity. So it tells you everything from 8 ounces up to the full 32-ounce quart. So if you have any questions, of course, feel free to call us. We're always happy to help answer anything that you need out there.
And I might add, people call in and say, okay, when I do my filter change and fluid change, I'm only going to put in 8 quarts of oil, but my transmission holds 15 quarts. Do I treat the 8 quarts or do I treat the 15 quarts? You're treating all 15 quarts of fluid that's in that transmission. So it's 1.6 ounce times 15 quarts to give you the amount of transmission Stiction Eliminator you'll need.
So you're talking about the difference between, I think, what people call like a maintenance change, where you're just pulling the pan versus actually getting all the way to your torque converter.
Rather than doing a flush.
A full flush, right? So you want to treat it on the total capacity.
That's correct.
Okay. All right. I got another question here. Diesel Don, since Honda specifies the transmission fluid, will this work for a 2000 Honda Accord EX 3.0?
Oh, most definitely. I think we've talked about this a little bit before already, but it does a very good job in Honda transmissions, and we've got a lot of satisfied customers that just love our product because it has saved their Honda.
The Hondas, do we get a lot of Hondas?
We do.
Is that common to the transmission there?
It is.
Is it normally Stiction buildup then, I'm assuming?
It must be, because
So-
our people, the people use our products and they're happy and we're all set.
Gotcha. Well, look what the next question is. Honda. I have a 2007 Honda Odyssey. The check engine light came on, and I took it in and was told that I probably needed a new transmission. That's never fun. The Honda still drives good with no transmission issues at all. It shifts good. Had transmission fluid drained and light went off, but after about 50 miles or so, the light came back on. Do you think your product can help? So they're getting some mixed messages there.
Yes. Definitely, the transmission Stiction Eliminator is certainly worth a try. I really do think it'll help. I think it's going to take care of the problem. But again, we have the money back guarantee. So,
and something like that, if the shop's telling you have a new transmission, I mean, I hope you have a reliable, trustworthy mechanic. There's nothing worse than a shop trying to get a transmission job on you. But you know, when those check engine lights come on, specifically, I know in my little world of cars, I know that we have a hard time reading transmission codes. So you can have a code reader that's going to show you, you get some engine diagnostics and have issues with your engine. It'll tell you exactly what that code means. But a lot of times when it has a transmission issue, it just says, hey, there's a code stored in the transmission and we're not telling you what it is, but something's going on down there. Take it to the dealer.
Yep.
So transmission codes are often really hard to diagnose and read, and you're often at the mercy of a mechanic or a dealership.
Yes.
So sometimes that light comes on, you go in there, they tell you it's the transmission. If you feel it's still driving good with no transmission issues and it's shifting good, maybe it's picking up something there. These cars are pretty smart now, these computers in there, so it's finding something. Again, it's worth a try. Maybe it'll get that light off for you and give you at least that confidence that you know you're not gonna your problem solved. Money back guarantee if it doesn't. But even if let's put it this way, if you don't have a problem at all, this is a great product.
Yes.
This will prevent any stiction buildup. As we talked about it, the polarity from your metal parts in your engine is going to keep that pull off of it, so it'll prevent any future issue. So not only used as a problem solver, but it's also a preventive product as well too.
You know, and the other thing is it's going to cut down the amount of heat buildup in that transmission. That transmission is going to run cooler, therefore the transmission will live longer.
Right.
So,
and we all want as much life out of the transmission. That's usually when you toss the old beater. Either the motor goes, the transmission goes. So if we can keep that transmission going longer, we certainly would like to. Let's see, we get another one come in. All right, hi there. I have a 2002 F250 Diesel. Well, it's Diesel done. Finally got one for you. 7.3. Oh, probably one of our Stiction limiter guys. 6-speed manual transmission. I wanted to know if I can use any of your additives in my transmission. I also own a sport fishing boat with a Cummins 8.3 QSB 500 horsepower with the ZF transmission, 2-to-1 ratio. Uses AMSOIL 30 weight oil. In all my diesel engines, I am using AMSOIL 1540. What additives would you recommend for each of my engines and trans? I have purchased your transmission Stiction Eliminator, our Diesel Extreme, our Stiction Eliminator, and FR3. I have not tried any of them yet. I want to make sure I'm using them correctly. Thank you, Captain Mike. So, okay, let's start with the first one. 2002 F250 Diesel 7.3. It's a 6-speed manual transmission.
Manual transmission.
So, you know, what kind of additives would you recommend for him, both motor and transmission? He's currently using the AMSOIL 1540.
On the transmission itself, I would recommend our FR3 product rather than the transmission Stiction Eliminator, due to the fact that it is a manual transmission. And then, of course, on the engine, start off with Stiction Eliminator. Make sure that everything's good and clean inside that engine. Make sure that the injectors are clean on the oil side of the injector, and clean up everything inside that engine. And then on the
specifically the 7.3,
they have the Hemi
injectors.
Yes.
The Stiction Eliminator is your best friend. And the other one is a let's see, it's coming 8.3 QSB 500 horsepower with the ZF transmission, 2-to-1 ratio.
ZF transmission in a boat with a 2-to-1 ratio. I'm assuming I'm not Boat Don. I'm not Captain Don. I'm Diesel Don. So I'm assuming that that's a manual transmission. So again, that would be our FR3 product. And the other thing is marine engines, our fuel additives. I can't say enough about our fuel additives in marine engines with the environment that they live in, the moisture dispersant in our products, the rust and corrosion protection, and so on. So, yeah, our fuel additives for that Cummins in that boat.
Yep,
got to do it.
Especially if you're getting your fuel at the dock, they tend to really soak in a lot of moisture there. So, I've always been told with my boat, make sure you get your fuel inland before you get there. But if not, make sure you got a good water dispersant in there. And our EDT or Diesel Extreme, both really good options for diesel-powered boats out there. Let's see, we had another question, not off track transmission Stiction, but we're happy to take those. If you got any questions at all, bring them in. If you have transmission questions, we're happy to get a little deep on that today as well. Tom G says, don't mean to be off topic, no problem, but can you use FR3 along with Stiction Eliminator, or is there enough FR3 already in the Stiction Eliminator? Well, you kind of hit it there, you know, Tom. I mean, we don't recommend having to blend both of them together. We always make sure our products are fully formulated. So if you're on, we call it two-step oil treatment. So you want to start off with the Stiction Eliminator at the clean out dosage that's on the bottle. That's going to give you your best full clean out. Now, the Stiction Eliminator product is not just a cleaner too. We still have the lubricity in there that you need. So it's going to give you that lubricity plus cleaning at the same time. So you're going to have, if you will, that amount of FR3 in it.
Yes.
You pour more FR3 in, you're really just spending too much money. And we like to be honest with our customers out there. Save the money. Run the Stiction Eliminator first. On your next oil change, it's another great way to save the money because the FR3 is at a lower price point and lower price per use too. So your next two oil changes, you can just go to the FR3 at 1.5 ounces per quart and save quite a bit of money. And that keeps up the cleaning job. As we kind of talk about, it's almost like the dentist is the Stiction Eliminator. The FR3 is just brushing your teeth, keeping it clean before we go back to a maintenance dose of Stiction Eliminator. Yep. Not gonna.
You got it.
Right.
You got it. I mean,
I'm not Diesel Don.
You can't improve upon that.
All right, I'll take it. Anything else you want to touch on in transmission Stiction Eliminator, or do you want to start to go into some other news for the week?
I think we've covered the transmission Stiction Eliminator pretty well. Again, it's our unsung hero here at the company. We don't talk about it enough, but I know in talking to our customers, they love it.
They do. I really encourage you, if you're having any transmission problem at all, go read some of our reviews. Go read our customer reviews and the people that have used it. We have some stories you will not believe. Like, they're almost so ridiculously over the top. They're hard to believe. One of our own
outside sales
employees, was Castricone, right?
Yeah.
You want to tell that story?
I can.
Okay.
One of our outside salespeople, Chris Castricone.
Hey, Chris. Hope you're watching.
Yep. Had a Cadillac, and it had 200,000 plus miles on it, and he had put some money on it and was keeping it going until one day he went to put it in gear and it just locked up tight, would not move a bit. And so he was looking at a $2,000-3,000 bill for a new transmission in this car. And here it is. It's an older car with lots of miles on. He goes, "Oh, I don't want to do this." And at that point, our owner, Chris Gabrelchek, says, "Hey, transmission Stiction Eliminator, you sell it every day, try it, And Chris Castricone put that in his Cadillac and drove it for another 30,000-40,000 miles.
Yep.
So we've seen it ourselves.
Yep. And that shows how much respect we don't get for our own product. When we tell everybody, if you're having a transmission problem, try it.
Yeah.
Where one of our own salesmen was like, "Oh yeah, I guess I should try it." Sure enough, it got that Cadillac moving again and got a lot more life out of it. So we highly recommend you giving it a shot, any transmission. And if you have a transmission problem and an issue and wondering if this might help, give us a call. You might be lucky enough to get Diesel Don on the phone. And like I said, if you don't, the other guys cheat and go ask him anyways.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's move on to some news for the week. Product updates. Okay, well, next week is SEMA AAPEX. We're going to be out in Las Vegas. Let's see, we are going to have. Well, we got a week to go before that. So after next week. So next Friday, we'll do a big review of our new products. Everyone's been asking us a lot about what new products we have coming out. We're always working in the lab. We're always working out in the field at the racetrack with our racers, with our agriculture guys, marine. We're always looking to advance new products, and we're always excited when we have some new products coming out. So next Friday's talk, which will be right before the SEMA AAPEX show. I think we'll get into a deep dive, but we did want to share a few. I think we talked about a couple weeks ago our new Boar in action Nanolubricant, our gun oil. This is ready to go. This product is absolutely ready to go finally. So everybody that's been asking for it, I think it should be on the website literally any day now. Certainly by next week when we hit AAPEX. I think we're going to start bottling next week.
Yes.
Today? They started bottling today. All right, breaking news. Officially
just in.
Officially started bottling today. So those of you that were looking for our new gun oil, it is coming, and it's any day now. A real exciting product for us.
Yeah.
Everybody knows us very well on the diesel side of things for our diesel extreme. And if some of you helped us out there, I think we had, 1,000 people?
1,000, I believe.
1,000 of you out there helped us out when you did our new gasoline injector cleaner testing. And we are ready for market. A couple weeks away. We're going to wait to AAPEX to fully release it. But you will hopefully start seeing your gasoline extreme out on the shelves. I don't want to dive into it too much because I don't want to steal the thunder from next week.
Yep.
But we finally have something for all of our gasoline folks out there on the fuel side of things. Remember, all of our oil side, good on gas and diesel. You still run your Stiction Eliminator, your FR3, transmission Stiction Eliminator, all that good stuff. But we finally got you just something for the fuel side for the gasoline guys. And this one we get a lot of questions about because it's that time of year. Our special we have going right now when we're giving away a little bit of our diesel winter anti-gel. We warned you. We warned them the last couple weeks. Like, you never know when that first freeze comes.
It's coming.
And here we are in October, and everyone hasn't really thought about it. They're wondering why we're talking about winter anti-gel, and summer was just a few weeks ago. Sure enough, my gauge said 32 degrees this morning.
And they're calling for snow Saturday evening here. So
welcome to Ohio.
Yeah.
So with that, we recommend you already start that switch over from your EDT to your diesel winter anti-gel. But for those of you that forgot, we finally are putting on the market our new diesel winter rescue product. So again, I don't want to steal a lot of thunder of it. We'll talk about this stuff next week, but it's for those of you that gel up. It's the emergency product to get you back on the road again. So those are a few of the good things. If you're going to be out in Vegas for SEMA or AAPEX, stop by our booth. We're at booth 40009 at AAPEX. We'll have the new products on display. We'll have all the information out there. Happy to talk to you about it. Couple other products that are also new that I don't have out here right now are, we have our transmission fluid, and that is coming out in a racing formula as well as a severe duty formula. That has been on a racing side of things. That's been run by Fire Punk all year, and both in Levon Miller's Pro Street all-wheel drive truck, as well as the Save the Racks S10.
The Pro Mod.
The Pro Mod. And we can't thank those guys at Fire Punk enough. We did just extreme testing with that. They were super helpful to dial that in. It's awesome to work with guys like that are really pushing the envelope of the industry and really, taking it to the extreme. And that's what we want to do with our products. We want to be able to meet those standards. So we know if that transmission fluid could hold up to the beating that those world record holding trucks could put it through, we know it's good for your truck at home. So
that's right.
We're happy to see that transmission fluid come out. That's going to be both in like a Type F high performance version. We're also going to have a Dex 6 and a kind of an ATF kind of version as well too. And then on the gear oil side, also formulated, tested with Fire Punk Diesel, also running in those two trucks this entire race season. We have some very high-end racing gear oil, as well as some severe duty gear oil. And I believe we got 3 different weights those are coming out in. So again, we'll talk about those next week. If you're going to be out in Vegas next week, or a week from now, or a week and a half from now, stop by. We'll show you all the new products. We should have them on our website available. Our dealers out there, if these are products you want to start carrying, talk to your account exec. They'll be sure to get you stocked up so you can be one of the first ones to get it out there on the market. And hope to see it out in some retail stores as well. So speaking of dealers in our fleets, we got some dealer fleet updates. Well, that's a big one. Somebody that we've been talking about for a while. I think you should tell that news. This is really exciting. I am so excited about this. Don, I think you should tell this little story.
Yeah, this is very exciting. We are going to be supplying oil to ROXOR. ROXOR is part of Mahindra North American, or Mahindra Automotive North America. And ROXOR builds a Jeep. It's not licensed for the street. It's not suitable for the street and so on. It's strictly off-road. But they're a licensee of Jeep, and they have been since the end of the World War II. And this thing is neat.
It is really cool.
It's just an old flat fender Jeep with all appearances, but it has a modern turbo diesel under the hood and with a manual transmission, and that little guy can go anywhere and do anything. And it's neat. You know, there's a lot of ATVs and UTVs out there right now, but the beauty of this little guy is it can tow as well. So if you're out there and you need to tow a trailer, a wagon, or whatever it may be, you've got that capability.
Yeah, I think farmers are going to love it.
Oh.
And I think what I read on it was at least double the towing capacity of any other side-by-side on the market. So to fit into that spec and actually have that much more towing capacity, it really shows you how much torque they're getting out of this little diesel turbo motor.
Yes.
And to partner with us on it is just awesome. And what we're doing is we're going to be building their oil change kit, right?
Oil change kits. They're going to offer oil change kits through their dealers or the owners of ROXOR machines. And they'll be, as part of that kit, will be 7 quarts of our Green Diamond full synthetic oil. And it's just exciting to be working with an OEM. And
yep, we're going to be bottling that here. We just finished up the labels and marketing yesterday, so those are off for the printer, and we'll be it's co-branded bottle there that those of you that are already using our Green Diamond full synthetic 540, right?
540. Mm-hmm.
That's the oil, and that they chose us to be their OEM oil change kit, and we're really excited about it. We're going to be packaging them here and sending them off to all their dealers. So if you haven't checked out the ROXOR, Google it right now.
Yeah.
ROXOR. It is just a cool little side-by-side, and we're just honored to work with Mahindra on it, and really excited about that coming out.
A little side note there: if you're out there and you're a tractor puller or something, and you have some little machine that you pull your tractor around with right now, this is the new one you're going to need for that to tow your tractor around the poles and so on, because it's neat. It
is cool, really cool. So thanks to Mahindra. We look forward to working with you more on that. And new dealer update. One of the big dealers in our motorsports industry, Thoroughbred Diesel, now on board. Carrying the Hot Shots line of products. So both online and in store. Is that right, Eric? Yep. So big welcome aboard to Thoroughbred Diesel. We appreciate that. And look, the cool one of our new international reaches.
Yes. We've just signed up HB Automotive out of Brazil. So we are starting to reach out way beyond the United States now, and we're making an impact across the world.
Yeah. And if HB Automotive would like to fly me down to make sure the product gets launched well, I'm happy to go to Brazil and take care of that. So we appreciate it. Let's see. How about some R&D updates? We have a semi-truck testing going on right now. A shout out to Justin Ziegler, sponsored racer of ours, dealer of ours, Ziegler Performance. His father is a truck driver. And so we did some baseline testing. We're running some testing on that truck right now. So we're looking forward to the results on that. We'll report back. We're always reformulating and trying to better our products and bring out new products to you. And for my favorite little part of the world, modern Mopars out there, we are actually expecting our first modern Mopar come in any time now. We're going to start doing some testing on the infamous Hemi tick that any of you Hemi owners out there on the modern Mopars know very well about. So we're going to start doing some testing on that. We have some ideas and some approaches we're going to go at and see if we can't help out with that issue. So that's always fun.
Is that like tick, tick, boom?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, just mine. That's not fair. Yeah.
You can't tell me what you're really thinking right now, can you?
I can't. That's not fair. The camera goes off. Don's getting it. All right. Production update. Our new line got installed.
Yes,
I think we talked about it last week. It's been kind of going in. It's up, running. that's going to allow us to increase our capacity 30%. So, as we've grown tremendously this last year, going from about 5,000 retail shelves to over 20,000. The demand for our products going through the roof. We're really excited about that. Our dealer network's getting bigger. Our online sales are bigger. So we brought in a whole new line, big line. I think we'll probably do some videos of it here soon. And it also allows us to do a lot of this extra work under our lubrication specialties label, like the Mahindra ROXOR we just announced.
That type of thing.
It gives us more capability to do these type of things. A lot of your big lubricant companies out there, there's a lot of projects that are just too small for them. So, I mean, we can do anything from build a lubricant-based product as small as one pallet for you. If you have a custom order, something you want to work with us on, up to we'll fill up a tanker and back it out the building here if you need. So, the new capacity gives us a great opportunity to expand our business portfolio and make some new connections and outside of just the Hot Shot Secret brand. So, and that's something that we're going to be promoting a lot next week. We'll talk about it as before we head off to AAPEX, but we're really going to try to put our LSI foot out there and try to reach some new business and take advantage of the new capacity that we have. So we're looking forward to that as well. How are we doing on time, Eric? We good? All right. So let's get into finish up here with kind of the events. What's going on? Looks like another question has popped up. Christopher Wenzel asked, what about oil for the gas motors?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Good question.
That's a very good question. We've been twisting R&D's arms for quite some time now. The oil that we have has just been doing tremendous. It's been going out by the drums. It's literally going out by the drums. And we need a couple more grades of oil, I believe, in the diesel, but we also need for the gasoline people. I mean, now that we have the gasoline extreme, we're really getting into the gasoline market even more so. I mean, with both feet. So it's time, but be patient.
Yep.
Our R&D department is swamped.
Yeah.
Because we just see so many things that need our brand, our touch.
And there's nothing we're scared to tackle.
Oh no,
So
that's part of the problem.
It gets just thrown on the list. R&D, try this. R&D, try this.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
You're not the first to ask that question, Christopher. And the other part of it too is we have done some testing in that direction. And as you know, we're not going to put a product out there until we are sure, positive, tested, and have lab tested results that that's the best product available. Gas oil, motor oil is a little bit different than diesel motor oil.
Much.
You have a lot of different capabilities in diesel motor oil than you do gas. So it's a different challenge. Talk for another day maybe.
Yeah.
But it's definitely on the radar to answer that question. And I think we'll get there.
Yeah.
We'll get there. When?
Yeah.
I don't know. Sit tight. We definitely have enough new products coming right now, and R&D's got a long log, so we're working on it. Appreciate the question, Christopher. If you guys have any more questions, post them up. Got a few more minutes here before we sign off, so feel free. Let's see. Last week, NHRDA World Finals.
Oh my.
Man, I'll tell you what a weekend. Man, this is my 12th day in a row. I need a day off because I got stuck down in Texas last weekend. We had some tornadoes come through, and man, we thought we were going to get it in Saturday. We tried, but tornadoes do not cooperate very much. So down there in Ennis, Texas, the Texas Motorplex, they got the poles in on Friday night, and just as it started to rain at the end, Saturday was not happening with that weather. They extended it out to Sunday. We stayed an extra day down there, got it all in, and it was a blast. It was great to see all the world champions, everybody who worked so hard the whole year. One of the things we were really happy about, we always mention, is Emily Moeller and the Save the Racks.
Yes.
She tallied up another $250 to the total from her drag racing, and I believe she won 2 classes in the pull, 2 world championships with the pull truck. Didn't win any worlds in the drag racing side, but she certainly did well enough to rack up a whole bunch of money. and again, remember, we got the Save the Rack shirt still, so I believe we are sitting just a few dollars short of $6,000 raised for breast cancer awareness on behalf of Save the Racks. Emily Moeller and her family, we love them to death. They are just great people. We're happy to do this year, and we still have shirts. It's still October. You still have a chance. Go online, hotshotsecret.com, buy a $10 shirt. And let's get that donation up a little bit more, so we can make one big final donation here in breast cancer awareness. Which brings me up to another thing. Also, I have it here. National Oil and Lube News did an awesome cover story on Emily Moeller and the Save the Racks in our partnership this year.
Yes.
This is mine. Emily signed it for me, so I'm a little lucky, but. Go out, grab the magazine. There's an online version as well that you can read. They called us out of the blue. This was not like a print advertisement that we paid for or anything. This is something they've heard about, and they contacted us. Did some great interviews. It's just a great story. We're really happy to partner with the Moeller family. So National Oil Lube News, October issue. Emily Moeller's on the cover. Go pick it up. Great read right there. Also down at the NHRDA finals, we had our VIP winners from this year. Stephen Fay Schwanger. Hey, Stephen Fay, I hope you guys are watching. We had a blast. I mean, these people, I love them to death. You couldn't ask for better people to win this type of trip that we had, that we gave away this year in the sweepstakes. And I felt kind of bad because this weather came, and it's like, man, these, we built all year for this, but we were lucky enough to have to keep them down there for an extra day. We got to, and what we couldn't tell you before, which we were planning the whole time, is we had a special surprise for Steve. Steve was he's a big semi-truck drag racing fan. The big rigs. He's got one himself that you may just see soon. And
coming to a track near you.
And we'll save that news. If you're watching, Steve, I'm not going to say any more, but you may see that next year with a nice look on it. But the surprise was we were going to get Steve a ride down the track in one of the big super big rig diesels, and because it got moved and canceled and moved to another day, they told me Kyle, we're not going to be able to get it in. We have to get the racing in. There's even more rain coming. And I was really disappointed. And I hope Randy Cole from NHRDA isn't watching right now, or JJ.
Close your ears,
But big thanks to Wes out there, because I was over by our booth, and I'd asked everybody, I was like, please, can we get this guy a ride down the track? Because they had to do it after the racing in an exhibition pass. You're not allowed to have a passenger during a competition pass. And they had to catch a flight, so they couldn't wait till afterwards. And next thing I know, here comes Wes flying over in a golf cart. He said, Kyle, find a helmet and jump in this cart. And big thanks to Trey Sykes. He was right there. I said, Trey, give me your helmet. And here we come flying. And I'm trying to find Steve. He's literally standing in the middle of the staging lanes with the two big rigs about to come out. They're sitting under the tower, thankfully, because underneath the tower, Randy couldn't see him or JJ couldn't see him. And we pulled up on him so fast, and he was videotaping. And here we come scooting in on this cart, and he was all confused and scared, like he thought he was in the wrong place and he shouldn't be out there. All of a sudden, he makes eye contact with me, and I'm here with this helmet, and I give him a helmet. I say, get in that truck. And he's like, what? We got some video coming. We're gonna have a great video from everything. So he got to actually make the pass in the finals for the world title finals as a passenger in the truck. So I'm not going to call him out too much. There may have been a few man tears afterwards, but sorry, Steve. But
a dream come true.
Yeah, it was. And I mean, Steve and Faye, both great people. We really had a great time down there. So we'll button that up. We'll post a video on our social media, our YouTube stuff, and kind of update that how that trip went for them. But we appreciate it. It was a blast down there. Let's see. We can squeeze in one more question that just popped up. Brent Hilliard asks, just started Stiction Eliminator and Diesel Extreme EDT in our 6.0 Power Stroke. Not tried the TSE yet. In a zero-turn grasshopper hydraulics, recommend TSE or FR3?
In the hydraulics, I'll go with the FR3.
That's what I thought you'd
FR3.
say. FR3. Yeah, FR3 is great.
Oh.
My lawnmower loves FR3.
You know, it's great in hydraulics. If you've got, if you're in agriculture or construction, and you've got a cylinder that's jerky or so on, put an FR3 in your system, and it's going to smooth that right
Any
out.
hydraulic system.
Yep.
I mean, power steering. We had a guy. I think messages. I think I just saw it come in this morning. He did a 50% ratio on his power steering.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
He said it's great. We recommend about a 5% ratio.
Yeah.
So he's running half FR3, half power steering. That might be a little too extreme. He's not having any issues, which is good. But literally a 5% dosage of FR3 in your power steering, pretty much in any hydraulic fluid system like that, any closed system, it's great.
Yep.
I highly recommend it. We will catch up. We'll do an update on a season-ending race recap, because now we have the NHRDA season over. Outlaw Diesel Super Series ended last week. Here locally this weekend is our final Support Your Local Tracks. The Hot Shot Secret Cash Days got moved from tomorrow to Sunday. So anybody locally here in Ohio, come on out this Sunday to Pacemakers Dragway Park. Bring the kids. We'll have the Hot Wheels, Power Wheels races for the kids. It's a blast. If you've never seen it and you're not from Ohio, find Pacemakers Dragway Park on Facebook and like their page. Watch the videos this weekend.
Yes.
You'll see some little kids pulling their wheels a good 20 feet.
Yeah.
They've really jacked up these Power Wheels. It's a blast. So anybody local, come on out Sunday and see us. It's the last Hot Shot Secret Cash Days. Also, this week, just yesterday, big shout out to Zan Martin, who's one of our PR ad agency helps. She was down in Tennessee with our sponsored driver, Trey Sykes.
Trey Sykes in his BMW.
In his BMW. And we're not going to give that away, but we had a TV shoot for one of our TV programs coming out here, and I believe it's a pretty quick turnaround. So over the holidays here, about Thanksgiving to Christmas, on MAV TV, Velocity, NBC Sports, Revin, you'll see, I guess you can say where. It's Motorhead Garage. Keep your eye out for a new episode coming on Motorhead Garage. It's a full segment with Trey Sykes, BMW, Hot Shot Secret BMW. And all I'll say is this. That's Motorhead Garage. They see a lot of stuff.
Oh, they see a lot of stuff.
And part of the segment entailed a thing you do with your vehicle. And we'll just say they said it was the best burnout that show has ever seen.
You just gave it away, didn't you?
I did. I couldn't help it. So it's awesome. I've seen the video. It's crazy. So look out for a Motorhead Garage episode coming up towards the end of November during the holiday season, featuring Trey Sykes. We appreciate it, Trey. They go through
set the DVR. Set the DVR.
Yep, do that. And again, next week is we'll do an AAPEX show to go over the new products, and then we'll be out in Vegas. Come see us, booth 40009. And finally, that web special, the Tune-Up Trio. You're getting 2 bottles of DWAG, so go ahead and order that right now. And don't forget your Save the Racks shirts, $10 online. And that about concludes your first Facebook Live.
I made it.
Do you have anything to say? I think your wife's probably watching.
Yeah.
Let's say hi to the.
Hi, Mom.
So feel free again if you have any extra questions or anything, or if you're watching this later and you see the transmission stuff, feel free to post. We'll follow up with it. Feel free to call. You might get Diesel done on the phone. Other than that, everybody have a great weekend. We'll see you next Friday when we go over the AAPEX preview. Have a good weekend, everybody.
Take care now.